it's Jo here from Rhythm and Tunes Piano School. I am going to just share with you a little exercise I went through today with a class, and I do this with all of my classes, but I did it today specifically with my class of little 10 to 12-year-old girls, well, not so little, but 10 to 12-year-old girls who are an absolutely gorgeous bunch of kids. And I was encouraging them to create something at the keyboard today, which is possibly one of my most favourite things to do, is just get people to come up with something that they have written themselves or created themselves or orchestrated themselves on the keyboard. So the first thing I get them to do is a chord progression, which they are actually already used to doing from one of the level 1 songs that we learn. And it's a very basic chord progression that they normally do with their right hand. They play the chords with their right hand. I just get them to swap it over to their left hand. So I ask them just to, play through that chord progression initially just with their left hand only. Very famous, common chord progression. Many pop songs have been written across, so they do that for me, and they, familiarise themselves with the fact that they already know it. They're just playing it with a different hand, and then I just get them to put, 5 over 5, 5 fingers over 5 notes here, and just play a single note in the right hand with that chord progression, just to get used to playing it hands together. And they might do that a couple of times. One note, and then I'll get them to choose another extra note as they're playing through that same chord progression, and that just gets them used to the idea of what we're doing, and then I'll ask them to play an extra note, so they'll have to come up with 3 notes in their right hand. Try and keep them, to the same thing in the right hand. So just a repeated little pattern. So because they're still thinking about changing their left hand position. These little class of girls, they get to that stage and they're looking quite impressed with themselves, and I'm quite impressed with them as well. And it's a load of fun. And so, for example, let's just say they've come up with that little motif I just did, just 3 notes. And then I'll say to them, can I play your song? And they go, oh yes. I said, are you sure? Can I have your copyright permission? And we have a bit of a joke about the fact that they have to give me their copyright permission for me to actually perform their song. And I'll add some left-hand chords to it. So we've got these 3 notes, and I'm just going to repeat them over and over and over. And I'm just going to change up the chord progression in the left hand. I'll look up from doing it, and they'll just they won't say anything. They're just sort of it's dawning on them that that's their song, and that's what happened this afternoon in this gorgeous little class of my little 10 to 12-year-old girls. So eventually we get to the point where we play some, you know that we build up a repertoire of 30 to 50 songs in the first 6 to 12 months of learning this program. We don't look at notes or anything. So I'll start to encourage them to play some of those songs in their right hand and with the arpeggio chords. And I'll also just encourage them to add, extra notes as well. So it starts ending up something like this. But anyway, hopefully you get the idea. So that was a bit of a combination of some of the songs from the playlist that we learn, the 30 to 50 pieces that we learn in the first 6 to 12 months. In the right hand, some nice arpeggio style chords in the left hand. There's a little bit of improvisation in between that. And so it's all about just offering up a framework, I guess, to students. And I was explaining it today like the outline of a colouring in picture, those colouring in books that you get. They've only got the black line. You are responsible for adding all of the colour, but you need a framework to start with. You need something to work within. So there you go. Provide the framework for students, and they are able to then musically colour in their their ideas, I suppose, their musical ideas. So it's a load of fun to work with people on this, and I do find there can be a little bit of reticence, not so much amongst the kids, a little bit sometimes with the kids, but definitely with my adult students. They balk at this, but I keep harping on and on and on about it like an old broken record, and eventually I get these amazing compositions out of them, and it's really quite incredible what they are capable of coming up with once they sit down and work with the outline that I've provided. So there you go. I just thought you might be interested in that little exercise I do in many of my classes. So I will be running a free information session, free introductory session this Thursday. Yes, this Thursday. Actually, this Wednesday and Thursday. I'm running two this week. I've got one at 11 o'clock Wednesday and one at 11 o'clock on Thursday, so 11 o'clock South Australian time. And that session's all about just showing you a little bit more of the music that we learn, talking about the philosophy of the program. It has to resonate with you. If you are someone who has learnt piano as a kid or as a child, and music's still a little bit of a mystery to you, a puzzle that you can't quite piece together, come along and have a listen. And it might, it really will resonate with you or not. And if it does, then it's probably for you. So by all means, you're very welcome to come along on Wednesday and Thursday at 11 o'clock. So there you go. The next round of Music on Steroids commences very soon. I think it's the 3rd of March, actually, and we are already at the 22nd of February. So not too long to enrol in that. I'm getting more and more people coming in, so reach out if you're interested in that, and I can give you some more details. All right, take care for now though. All right, see you on here next time. Bye.